we are good to go.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Anna Reynolds School Project Building Committee on September 15th. It's approximately 5:30. Jeff, could you do the roll call, please?
Yes, members are asked to signify their presence when their name is called. Councilor Camillo, Councilor Rada, Mr. Zad, Ms. Parati, excuse me,
Here.
Ms. Dugan,
Here.
Mr. Wetzel,
Here.
Mr. Woods.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Jeff. Public participation is our next item. There is no one from the public. Move on, take action on prior meeting minutes. We have one. It is the meeting of August 18th. Right. So I would entertain a motion to approve those as written. Anyone?
So moved.
Okay, by Amy and seconded by Carol. Thank you, Carol. Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item is take action on invoices. Jeff?
Yes, there were actually 7 invoices for the committee's consideration. I said there were 6 when I passed them out, but I'm mathematically challenged, so I apologize. There were 2 from Meyer totaling $5,806.68. One from IES for $3,287.50. There's one from Newfield for $980,772.77. There were 2 from Castle Booze totaling $13,696.36. And there was one from Freeman Companies for $150. The 7 invoices total $1,003,713.31. And they have all been reviewed by the owner's project manager.
Thank you, Jeff. So I would entertain a motion that we approve those invoices as presented.
I make a motion to approve the invoice.
Thank you, Carol. And a second
Second.
by Amy. Any discussion? You had all these sent to you, I think, a week ago. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item is financial update. Eileen.
And share screen. Green. Yes. Okay. Share. Oh.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, great. So just so everyone's aware, I highlighted in green, and I'll send this out to everyone. Basically, we had the 2 KBA invoices. So the architectural design fees increased here. And then I'm not sure that our owner representative, our CNG, went in, but I did put it in the budget dollars. Also, we had 2 invoices from Meyer, so that increased the moving and storage costs. We had an invoice from Freeman for $150. And then the invoice from Newfield. So therefore, those all increased paid to date. And this is our current total percentage paid. So we're still on budget and still have the owner contingency. Any questions on that?
I had just one. Eileen, when you say paid today, it's really encumbered, right? The funds actually haven't been paid yet, but.
Right, I'm sorry, because actually these invoices just got approved here tonight as well. So,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Any questions from any of the committee members on any of this? That little $4 million number obviously is going to keep on growing over the next 24 months.
Yes.
Okay, if there's no questions, we're going to move on to architects update. Jennifer, you guys have been busy out there, I know.
Everybody's been busy.
Yeah.
A lot going on during construction. So my report is brief. We're continuing to do the same sort of activities. We have our site visits. We're reviewing the applications for payment, such as the new field invoice, which also includes all of the contractors that they're holding contracts for, includes all of their invoices. So we review those. We have weekly meetings on site that we're attending, as well as walkthroughs. There's RFIs, requests for information from the contractor, that we're reviewing and answering. So all that normal construction activity is going on. The only other thing that I wanted to share with you tonight, if I can share screen, let's see. See if I can do this right. Gotta bring you out of the way. I did want to update you on the updated renderings. These are renderings that sorry for the green thing in the middle, maybe I can move that. These are renderings that we had previously, trying to move this too, previously shared, but we have updated the colors based on the submitted products, submitted manufacturers. When we did this before bid, we didn't have the actual final color samples from the manufacturers. It's an open bid, so we weren't really sure who we were going to get as far as windows go, metal panel and all of that. So these renderings are updated and based on the colors submitted. So I just wanted to share that so you can see.
So this is what our building will look like when it's completed. These are the colors. That is going to be. Looks good.
Thank
Any
you.
questions for Jennifer? Jeremy? No?
No questions. I do think it looks good though, actually. And I've driven by and seen the work. I love the actually looking at that retaining wall. I mean, is that really going to have that kind of stone too? I don't know if we've talked about that.
Oh,
The nice
yes.
railing.
So
Yes.
I do have a little disclaimer that you probably can't read on your screen, and I considered mentioning that. You brought it up.
Oh, there it is.
There is a disclaimer to this. The colors on the building have been updated, and other building features have been updated to be current, such as, unfortunately, the loss of the main entrance canopy. You'll see that it does not show. So we have updated the building in these renderings. What is not completely updated is the stone veneer on these seat walls and this retaining wall at the front. That is something that was in the original design, but due to value management, that was scaled back. So there were PCOs that were previously reviewed that took that stone veneer off the table. It was pretty. So now it's that retaining wall is actually a concrete retaining wall that has a pattern that looks like wood plank. It has a texture to it. So if you were to walk up close to it or feel it, it's like a wood planking design along the whole wall. And those seating areas at the front, that was a value management item that was taken, and those are now going to be benches. So there was a little disclaimer here that said there are some site items that have not been updated in this rendering. So I apologize for that.
No problem. I didn't see it until you pointed it out.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Next is owners, project managers update. Eileen?
All right. So some good news is that the first reimbursement came through for NPS. And it's in the amount of $536,179. that's what was paid, a little over what we were expecting. And I went in to meet with Lou. We tried to figure it out and get some answers, but so far I haven't gotten any answers, but I did put together the next, all the invoices for the next reimbursement for payment. So we'll get that figured out and get the next reimbursement put in. And the other thing is basically, same thing with Jennifer, go to on-site meetings, deal with any issues or challenges. I also speak with Lou and Jason pretty much on a weekly basis. So always up to date on what's going on and just resolving any issues. But really, there's not too much more currently to report. We are still moving forward with furniture and the signage package that's going to be coming up shortly.
Okay, thank you, Eileen. Any questions for Eileen? Okay, we're gonna move on then to,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Eileen. The construction managers update. Rich?
All right, everyone should be able to see the first picture here. We're right now with the students back in session. We're working in this, what we're calling the A/C wing here. This picture is predominantly facing towards the C wing. We're continuing with the demo of the exterior walls. So there used to be paneling on the outside as well as stud walls on the inside of the what's essentially in the middle of the screen here. So those have been taken down. We have the structural columns that are left, which are those blue vertical pieces. And we're working through the demolition portion here and coordinating the exterior walls and the precast, the metal panel and the curtain walls that are going in place to go up here. So we're currently working through sequencing all of this work with upcoming work with the trade contractors. Inside the C wing, this is the main corridor. This will be outside of the offices that we're looking at. We've finished all of the underslab piping. There was storm lines and other plumbing drain lines that had to be connected back to the existing mains that were under the slab. So we've since tied those in and backfilled and placed the new concrete back in, getting ready for interior studs as well as moisture mitigation and floor underlayment to occur in the next few weeks. This is outside looking at the courtyard. This is from the roof of B wing. You can see the shed that we have moved. This shed is going to be salvaged and reused in the final construction. We had to move it out of our way for some existing, or for some utility work that we have going in underground. So we moved that this past weekend, and we continue in this courtyard with some site work, as well as mostly right now is the elevator. So the elevator addition, the blocking is going up. So this is blocking for the exterior addition, as well as the shaft for the elevator car and the machine room here as well. You can see here again, this photo is as of this afternoon. We're working our way up, and a few more days worth of work. We'll have the block continued all the way up to the just above the roof level is where it finishes. So we do have some demo work scheduled to occur on Saturdays to tie in the elevator to the existing building for the beams, as well as the roofs where they tie in together. So we're continuing to work on this. After the blocking is up, there'll be the red brick will continue to tie back into the existing building. So it's not going to be the CMU block that you'll see in the end result, but that is the backing to everything. We're working on some underground conduits that are going to feed the electric rooms. These go over towards the D wing, which is the opposite side of the courtyard, and the F wing, which is just around the elevator shaft. So these conduits are going to be feeding the main or from the main gear to the panels in each of those wings electric rooms. So that's what we had to move the shed for, so we can run these underground. We're going to continue doing that to prepare for our future phases so we can have power available. Inside the lower level, I've shown pictures in past meetings of the excavation we did inside the level with all the conduits running underground. We've since backfilled and the conduits are stubbing up. That's what you can see on both the left and the right sides of these hallways, going into the transformer in the center of the picture there on the left side of the hallway, as well as the panels on the left and the right side. So all those conduits have been covered. The concrete has been replaced. So if you walk into those rooms, you wouldn't know what's going on underneath, but there's a lot of electrical conduit and under slab plumbing that was done, and that'll be the main distribution throughout the building, is coming in and out of these conduits. They're stubbing up through the floor. In the boiler room, also in the lower level, is the new boilers are in place. That's the 2 units that you see right in front of you on the housekeeping pad. Those were placed right at the end of last month. They were set, and since then we've been working to plumb them all in. So this is the view from behind the boilers. The pipes on the left side, lower side of the screen, are what's going into the boilers, and we're getting ready to use these boilers to provide heat to the school for this year. We're scheduled for a September 30th startup with a factory rep. So we'll be making sure we have heat available to the students and staff for this winter, provided by the new system. We're tying that back into the old system for now, and we'll slowly cut it over as we get further along in the project. But yeah, right now we're also working through final coordination of the mechanicals in the A and C wing that we're doing. So we're getting ready to rough in all the mechanicals overhead and in wall. That includes the electrical, plumbing, and ductwork. And we'll be moving from that into finishes towards the end of this phase, which right now we're looking at its end of December date in our schedule for finishing up the first phase, and we'll continue on from there. That's all I have for this update.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Rich? Thanks, you guys accomplished a lot of work, and we appreciate it, Rich. Next is any other business pertinent to the committee. Jeff, do you have anything?
No, your next 2 meetings are October 6th and October 20th, but other than that, I have nothing.
Okay. Brings us out to public participation, which we have no public other than Scott, making sure that our system is out and working properly. Comments by members, anyone before we go? Okay, I want to thank everybody for making it tonight. I skipped one.
Do you have a PCO 13 for approval? There was a minor error when you approved it last time.
I don't have it.
Yeah, the COP number 13 was presented to the committee, and it contained a $3 change from what was approved at the previous meeting. And so the amount is $16,994.17 instead of $16,997.17. So there's a $3 difference, and if that's for those who are attempting to track the project, but I will not present it to the building, to the town manager for signature until the building committee has approved it.
So can we just go ahead and approve it now then? If it's a $3 change, all it was a clerical error, right? There was somebody transposed the number.
Yes, you can.
So does anybody have an objection to reapproving this with that change made of $3? No? Somebody make a motion that it's PCO 13, right? That we approve PCO 13 as
Yes, that's
amended.
correct.
So moved.
Thank you, Kim. And a second?
Second.
Second by Carol. Kind of already discussed it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Now a motion to adjourn. Somebody,
Motion to adjourn.
anybody. Thank you, Carol. All those in favor?
Aye.
I.
We stand adjourned. Thanks again. Have a good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
You too.
Good night.
Thanks, Scott.
No problem.
Have a good night.